Hey, good morning, my friends. I'm Live Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa here. Welcome to the Tuesday morning weather update. We're going to talk several things. We're going to talk about a very slow-moving storm system that's going to soak the southwest quarter of lower Michigan, I would say, here over the next couple of days. We'll see how far north that gets. Some places can use some rainfall at this time of the year. And then we're going to talk warm and sunny, and is there any end in sight to that? So let's get to it. Hey, look, flawless this morning so far, right? So thanks for joining me. And if you could have hit the share button, Val Jones, it is a better morning. I just had I guess you'd call it a comedy of errors yesterday. Learning new stuff. And, you know, I always equate it to like the grocery stores on this software. You know, you go to the grocery store for months and years, and the bread's over here and the soup aisle is over there, and then you go in, what happened overnight? Where did they put everything? And that's kind of what software is like too, is they'll do upgrades and then this moved to there and what now? All right, so here's a radar, and you could see two areas of rain. The thumb in through Oakland County, in through Lapeer County, you have rain, and that's going to move back to the northwest. Kind of a different flow than what we're used to. Hey, good morning, Roger Whipple, and Darlene Mercurio. Thank you for watching. Good morning, Grass Lake. Thank you, Rose Mitchell in Muskegon. So, area of rain in the thumb right now, moving back to the northwest. I'll show that to you on the radar forecast. And then the area of rain, Milwaukee down through Chicago, that slides into the southwest corner eventually, and that's what soaks the southwest corner. So, we start here with our radar forecast. And let's go through it. And I think this model, I picked one model because I think it shows you everything that's going to happen. So we're going through the day today. We're going to noon, and that means there will be showers around the thumb, around Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, around Flint, heading toward Mount Pleasant. And as we go through the afternoon, those showers build some instability of the day. Remember, hey, there's a fellow MLiver, Roberto Acosta, good morning to you. And so then wet today in the afternoon, Mount Pleasant, Clare, heading toward Cadillac. Now this is this evening, heading toward Traverse City and Kalkaska and diminishing. Okay, so that's one area of rain today. It's going to take off from the thumb and move through the Saginaw Valley area to the center part of the state and up to the northwest. And that signifies an upper level low rotation, and that's what's down to our south. So now we go into tomorrow. We're into tomorrow afternoon, and the showers shift to the southern part of the state, and they can get heavy at times. So tomorrow by afternoon and evening, Lansing, Kalamazoo, Jackson, Ann Arbor, Detroit could have a wet period. This is tomorrow overnight into Thursday morning, and it's also shifting back toward the northwest and maybe heading into the Grand Rapids area Wednesday night before kind of dwindling during the day on Thursday. So a couple of lazy areas of rainfall. Good morning, Jenny Steele. Hey, Heather, I'm going to call you Heather M because you only have 2 vowels in your name, and this Italian boy can't pronounce that. Here's the total rainfall off of that same model. Let's go through to this evening. So what I'm saying is that the showers in the thumb and Oakland County now moving toward the northwest will increase, and you could have a ½ inch to an inch of rain in Gladwin, Midland, Mount Pleasant, Alma, Cadillac, Harrison, those kind of places, and it dwindles as it heads toward Traverse City. And then in the southwest part of the state, you could have a few streaks of significant showers. But as we go through the day tomorrow, then the rain increases into tomorrow night and Thursday, and then we see the heavy rains in the southern part of the state, Grand Rapids to Lansing, Kalamazoo, Jackson, Ann Arbor, ½ to inch, maybe a little more than that in some places, maybe up toward a ½ inch. All right, now then we have to talk, since we've talked rainfall here, we have to talk now sunshine and warmth, and quite a bit of it. Hey, if you could hit the share button, I'd appreciate it very much. Remember, liking is good, but sharing is better. So now we go into the European model, out into the future, out into 10 days, give you an idea of what's going on here. And we've covered the first 2 days, which other models are better. I've shown you that. So this is Thursday. This is Thursday afternoon, and that storm finally starts to shift toward the southeast, leaves us with a dry Friday. This is Friday afternoon. Looks gorgeous. Then it looks like we gradually start to warm up. Hey, good morning, Johnny Goodson. Thanks for watching. And Moni McHenry from Port Austin. Good morning to you. And Eric Mon Olson. All right, now we're Saturday. Dry, warm, sunny. Now we're Sunday. Dry, warmer, sunny. Now we're into Monday. Dry. Now we're into Tuesday of next week. Dry and warm. Now we're getting into a southwesterly flow. Now this is getting serious, folks. This is making you think summer 2.0. I like that. Everything is a 2.0 now, isn't it? And then this is into Thursday. Warm, dry, sunshine. Okay, total rainfall off of the European model, just to show you. Southwest corner, you could have over an inch of rain. And then as we go out, no additional, obviously. I just showed you that as we go through next week. So what we're going to look now is, this is really my job and my goal for you to get out of the MLive morning weather update. My goal is for you to get more out of it than just your average weathercast, say, on a TV station. TV station meteorologists, I'm friends with many of them. A few of them I can't stand. Not very many, though. They're really great people. But they have 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes or whatever. So we can look at when is the shoe going to drop, and my answer to you is that I can't see it out in the future. And the shoe drop, meaning when do we go into a colder fall pattern? My guess, early November, something like that. But we're going to look at what's going on. So we're going to look at, just hang with me. I know this is a little sciencey, but I'll walk you through it. Let me get a sip of coffee first. So we're going to look at the mid-levels of the atmosphere. We're going to look at the upper airflow. Where you see red, that means the atmosphere is expanded and warmer than normal. Translates to warmer than normal here at the surface. Please hit the share button. I'd appreciate it. And where you see blue, that means the atmosphere is compressed, what we call a trough, and translates to cooler air at the surface. And you'll see what's going to happen. We get an omega block to form. We're under the warm part of the omega block. There are two bad parts if you don't like rain and clouds. The corners of the omega block, and then right in the center is the warm, dry part. Michigan gets what I'm calling the long straw for this time of the year, under the warm part. And then you'll see that the next storm system kind of destroys the omega block, but drops a trough into the western part of the country, and a ridge reemerges over our area. So I'll show you that here. And just to kind of set the stage for what we'll have to watch going out into fall and when the shoe will drop. So here we are with, again, the European model. There's our little upper level low. That's actually what's happening is the heights of the atmosphere are building. This warm ridge is building, and it's just kind of leaving that thing stranded in the middle of the flow, so it just kind of dies out. Now we're into Friday and Saturday. See the storm out west dropping in? As that drops into the west, the ridge blows up over us. This is Sunday. The omega block has formed. And this is Monday into Tuesday. The ridge is over us. And is the shoe ready to drop? 10 days out, the next wave drops into the western part of the country, and it looks to me like the ridge blows back up over us, and that's been the long-term climate trend for the last 2 decades, has been warmer than normal weather, increasing in the fall in the Great Lakes and the eastern part of the country. Give you a little example. I moved to Saginaw in 1995, okay? And I had a thing called the Weather Garden on television. I talked to farmers around the area in Saginaw. I said, hey, when's the first frost? You know, I was coming from Traverse City. I grew up around the Chicago area. When's the first frost here so I know how to plant, you know, vegetables and flowers and things like that when they'll die? The answer in 1995 in the Saginaw area was September 26th, almost down to the date, okay? We haven't had a frost in Saginaw September 26th, 10, 15 years or so. Now the answer probably would be maybe mid-October, maybe toward Halloween. Then I would say, when is the killing freeze? And back in 1995, the answer was 1 week after the killing frost. Now, November. Early November. We've had a few years recently where we've waited till almost Thanksgiving for a killing freeze. That's how much the climate has changed in our region, and we see that come back in the day-to-day weather by, for whatever reason, we get to late September, October, and here comes the ridge in the eastern half of the country and warm weather, and here comes the trough in the western half, and it doesn't really relate to what's going to happen in the winter. So here we go. We see it again. So what I have now is, okay, well, we looked out 10 days. How about looking out 16 days with the same model to see what that next trough does? So we're into the end of next week, and then here comes the next trough in the west, and what do the models expect? It to drop into the west, continuous with the southwesterly flow, and continuous with warmer than normal temperatures. All right, so what does that actually mean on the thermometer here? Let's take a look. So these are the high temperature forecasts for the next 10 days. We're 70s today, 60s in the northeast. We're in the central. Corey, Mark, will this warm weather delay the leaf turning? We head north. The leaf turning is happening. I've been watching it. I've been getting reports. You would think that it would slow it down, but it's almost like it's built momentum this year for some reason, maybe the drought that we had in the middle part of the year, and it does look vibrant too. So heading north the weekend of October 7th, 8th, I think you're probably going to be okay. You might have 50% color or 75%. Now this is tomorrow, 60s, and then this is Thursday, 70s, and then this is Friday in the mid-70s, Saturday nearing 80, Sunday 80-ish, next Monday 80-ish, Tuesday low to mid-80s. Next Wednesday in the 80s, next Thursday in the 80s. So in other words, do not put the boat away yet. Don't put the camper, don't winterize the camper yet. You could have some great camping weather in October here in Michigan. You could have some highs in the 70s, lows 45 to 50, some great camping weather. So keep up with that fun stuff, because we know the shoe will eventually drop, correct? And when it does, I'll try to give you about 2 weeks warning so you can scramble and finish all those things that you've been procrastinating on. Hey, thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. We've had a great crowd this morning, a couple of hundred strong at least every once. I appreciate the sharing. I'm going to hit that harder because I want to try to build this audience. And you tell me what you want. You can shoot me an email or Facebook me. You know how to find me. So thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa.